I promise you that you can't do it all alone. Unfortunately, most people, when they try and grow their business, they try to do it all themselves. Okay? You have to grow like a queen, and not the one that just died, not the one on the playing card, but you have to grow it like Elizabeth the First. See, Elizabeth the First was one of the most powerful women in the world, and probably the most powerful woman in history at a time when women held really no positions of power at all. And she was the most powerful woman to ever live, in my opinion. And you can fact check that on your own with your history scholars, but in my opinion, she's the most powerful one. When Henry VIII died, she took the throne over a very divided and extremely unstable England. Okay, there was religious divide, cultural divide. Nobody had really any economic stability. It was a bad place to be. But what made Elizabeth different is she knew that there were aspects to leading, especially a country that was as divided as England, that were outside of her expertise, that were outside of her area that she excelled at. And she was as educated as you could be. I mean, she was the daughter of the king and now the queen. Like she had the education. It wasn't the education she was missing. It was just the fact that no matter how educated you can possibly get, there's always going to be stuff that you don't know about certain aspects of business, of life, of relationships, whatever it is. There's certain things that are going to come up that you just literally don't have the mental bandwidth to anticipate or become an expert in to the point that you need to be to get the results that you're looking for, right? And leading a country is a completely different animal than anything. It's different than clicking a few buttons online and selling something online. It's different than putting up a video like this, right? It's entirely different. It's an entirely different skill set, and no matter how much schooling you have, you're still not going to be prepared for it when it's your turn to do it. And so this is where she was different, all right? In her first speech to the entire country, Elizabeth told everybody how she was going to lead. She said, "I mean to direct all my actions by good advice from my council." Okay? And so her council was called the Privy Council. Instead of surrounding herself with like yes men and just the wealthy elites and making it like a boys club like everybody else had done up until that time, her father, her brother, everybody had done this until now. And that got England into a place of divide because it was really just elites and then the poor, and then there wasn't really any leading going on. What she did was she built a small group of people, a small group of advisors called a Privy Council. Okay? And she got expert advice from this Privy Council. Instead of doing whatever she wanted and just surrounding herself by people that would say yes to whatever decision she made, she directed all major decisions outside of her immediate expertise to the people on the council. And the people on the council would advise her because they were experts in that one thing that she was trying to get results from, right? And she took England from a very divided country to a prosperous, flourishing nation. She encouraged explorers like Walter Raleigh and Francis Drake to establish new trade routes to the New World, right? And in addition to them and dozens of others, she was able to get trade routes and supply lines in places nobody had ever done before, which gave England more resources than any other country. And this allowed her to defeat the Spanish Armada, which was probably the biggest threat to England's interest at the time. And she set the foundation for the empire that would eclipse 1/4 of the entire globe. Okay, she was the one that set the foundation. It never would have happened without this Privy Council. So you have to be like Elizabeth, all right? No matter how smart you are, no matter how many books you read or how educated you are, no matter where you went to college, no matter what it is, you're never going to be able to do it all. And this goes for any aspect of anything that you try and do, whether that's business, whether it's life, whether it's relationships, whether it's family, no matter what it is, you're never going to be able to do everything in that realm. Every aspect of business comes with a different skill set. Okay, you have management, you have marketing, and inside of marketing you have direct response, you have branding, you have retention, you have customer loyalty, you have this and that, and then you have finance outside of marketing, and then you have economics, you have technology, right? There's thousands of different disciplines inside of your business that you've got to be somewhat proficient at, but you're never going to be able to be an expert in all of them, right? You may be able to be at the end of your life an expert in maybe 3 of them, maybe 4 of them, if you're lucky, and you're very, very intelligent and have nothing else going on. But you're never going to be able to do it all. And you can get to a healthy scale mark in your business by being proficient in most of those areas and being an expert in 1 or 2 of them, right? Honestly, being an expert in 1 of them and being proficient in the rest, you can get to a pretty healthy 6 figures. But when you want to expand and when you want to actually grow and get that scale that you're looking for, like we've said, that scaling, the skill set from 0 to mid 6 figures is a lot different than the skill set from 6 figures to 7 figures to 8 figures, right? That exit that we're looking for. And when we want to get to that promised land, we've got to expand. But you're never going to be able to scale and expand if you don't do these 2 things. First, you have to understand that you can't do it all, right? You can spend the time and spend the money to put these things out to market, but it's going to be very painful It's going to take you a lot of time. It's going to cost a lot of money to put these things out there. And you have to make sure that you have the time and the energy to get all this feedback on your own and do it all yourself. It's very, very painful. So the second part, the quickest way and the easiest way to expand your business is to hire help from people who have done it and have put these things out to market and have been in your shoes, right? And the people who have done the things that you want to do and know the mistakes to avoid and can easily do it for you on a regular, consistent basis. That's how you scale once it's time for you to expand from your normal skill sets. And then you learn from them while they're helping you out. That's the key that I've found that has helped me more than anything else. Hire somebody on a project basis, work with them for a little bit, learn what they learn, know what they know. While they're doing it, they're getting you results and you're understanding the things that they know on a very expedited express pass. So you're making money while they're teaching you. It's a win-win, okay? But only when you're ready. Only when you've maxed out your current skill set and you've done everything that you can to put things out there and you have maxed out your proficiency in all of those disciplines and your expertise in one or two of them. Only then can you expand to the next one.